Okay, let's talk about training now. You want to get those lower thoracic muscles to where they perform their best. Now, there's an interesting thing about postural muscles. They're very similar to the dark meat in chicken. Allow me to explain. Dark meat in chicken is that color because it's more of aerobic fibers. It's more that the chicken runs around all the time doing things and picking up things and eating as it normally does. But you notice it has white meat in the breast. The reason why is because that's more anaerobic fibers. If a chicken gets chased by a fox, it can get to the top of a chicken coop, but then it's out of gas because that was an anaerobic exertion. We're not far from that in many ways, or at least we can use that rationale. Your extensor muscles and your postural muscles in general are more like that dark meat, that marathon meat. It's got to keep a pace going all day long without getting exhausted. So you can do this with these exercises that are designed to hold this muscle. What I'm getting at is there are plenty of postural exercises that use reps. And when we're talking about the thoracic, lower thoracic muscles, these are exercises where maybe you're bent over a bench and you're doing an extension like this. All well and good, but if you'll notice, extensor muscles, trunk muscles, aren't doing reps. Trunk muscles are marathon muscles. They hold tension and tone over longer periods of time. So our training should look like that as well. So what I usually do when I train athletes, surfers and the like, is for thoracic extensors, I do 3 exercises. Actually a 4th one if you talk about its antagonist. But the first one we'll talk about today, we call Ironman. So imagine if you think about the Tony Stark Ironman flying pose. Ironman gets his palms out and back as his head and chest is up. Always has this great posture like so. And that's how he flies through the air. Well, that's a great training exercise. You can do that on the floor where you simply get up into your paddling pose. You're up on your abdominals, up on the rib cage. Chest is off the floor. And you keep a nice chin tuck as well. You don't extend your neck so much. You draw back. You hold your hands back like that. And if you want, you can lift your legs just a hair, your feet or your legs just a hair. And you count breaths. Breaths are the best way to do this exercise because you can simply start with 5, 10, or 15 breaths and hold that pose. You know, it's very similar to yoga. I think this might be called the boat pose in yoga or something similar. We call it Ironman here. Now, what you do is whatever your prescribed number of breaths, 5, 10, or 15, start with 5, see how you feel, work to 10, then to 15. Once you get up into that desired range, when you go to break, slip your elbows under you and go into a plank. Hold that for the same number of breaths. What you're doing is now you're working on your postural flexors. You're working on your core muscles, and that's going to be important when you go to turn the board around. If you paddle out to a wave that's about to break, you go to spin that board around, you're going to want those core muscles to be able to lift that nose, spin it around, and get into your stroke to catch that wave. So that's one of the things we'll do. We'll talk about a couple of other exercises because this is actually a series. You can go from Ironman, which is actually the beginner, and then move into more radical, shall we say, exercises moving forward, all designed to strengthen and to improve the stamina of those lower thoracic extensors which protect your shoulder joint. Talk about that on our next one.